There you are. Come on in for one of our Halloween episodes. We've been waiting for you.
We have our second soap today from Talent Soap Factory.
It's a Halloween morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Halloween season...
we are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, we're so glad
Thanks
you're
for
here.
joining,
We're
yes.
so happy to be a part of this community during Halloween season. So in that honor, we have a couple little mentions here. One of the ways that you'll know if we like a soap particularly well is that a couple of weeks later, a splash might make an appearance here during mentions. And we had such a good time with The Massacre of the Innocents by Declaration Grooming. I decided to check out their splash. And
it came with the little menthol things.
Yes, and you gotta love that. These come with the little menthol drops in case you want them or you don't. You can toss them, right?
Yeah,
very
we
cool.
thoroughly enjoyed it. We didn't realize how much we would like it. It just seemed, because of the color, to be a darker scent. But as soon as we got a hold of it, we're like, wow, this actually is really totally our thing.
And it really does break open a little more into its scent notes here. And then when you put it on, they all blend together again, which is so cool. I'm keeping the lid on because the intensity is hot. And I don't want to like clog up my smell holes for the soap we're doing today. But I thought I'd mention that. Very cool. These are available at most major distributors and Declaration Grooming site. So head on over if you want to check that out. And
Speaking of our soaps today, though.
very excited about today's soap. What do you know about this one?
You know, the label, I gotta say, just really spoke. And it was so different. Like, we're having so much fun doing some of those season-y, holiday, Halloween kind of ones. Right. But the label on this one just kind of made me feel like it should fit in this season.
Yeah.
So.
And when we were doing our first round of purchasing all our own soaps, we would go to a site, and generally I would pick one and she would pick one. Yeah. We would sort of agree on each other's, and we'd hit purchase. Well, I picked one. I picked Fantasy Donut. Everybody likes a donut. And Sarah says, I picked Vandal. What's Vandal? It smells like spray paint.
Nobody else has one like that, so why not?
Sign me up. So that should tell you something about us. I went for donuts and she went for spray paint. But how exciting. This is one of the ones where I was like, I'm trusting you on this. This could be wonky.
I have
this
no
could
idea,
be amazing. Yeah.
but it's totally different, and we do like getting to the extreme. So I felt it was fitting for this season.
And Fantasy Donut was so good, y'all. That this
it was a nice sneak attack. We were
something special, right? Plus, it's an interesting scent. The scent of spray paint. Like there's a certain sense, like caps from a cap gun.
Yeah, well, and my dad's a painting contractor, so I was always around paint all the time. And my other side of the family manufactures quarter midget race cars, and they would always have the fresh smell of paint on the bars of the race cars. So maybe it was something like that drew me to them.
There you go. My dad was a funeral director, so I'll just sit around and smell hollows. But she can smell Vandal. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Let's meet the soap. All right, so from a page of just extraordinary soaps, I'm actually really proud of her that she picked out this one because A, the label's bonkers, y'all, and B, why don't you read this?
All right, the scent profile listed: an expressive nose-tingling scent of freshly sprayed paint on a brick wall. Very detailed. Enhanced with an edgy, effervescent melon accord for a bold and beguiling scent.
Wow.
Like, what? I don't even know.
Right? Are you kidding me? I am so excited about this. So, let's unbox her. So for season 1, unless we had a gift card or something like that, or we got pipped something, we try to purchase directly from the original artisans. Yeah. And this is how they come from Talent Soap Factory.
I originally found them actually on Etsy, and then I followed that to their website. So
they are moving up in the world a little bit. Oh, and we have 2 more.
Yeah, no peeking anyone.
We have 2 more, so we got to make sure we grab the right one. I don't want to
give up our secrets here.
But I think these 2 had a little bit of judging a book by its cover factor, and I have no regrets because these covers are insane, y'all.
Okay, ready?
Woo!
It just had so intriguing. Like, what could this possibly smell like?
Like, it's right. Like, I still haven't taken that label in. Like,
and they're like neon colors. They are super cool, like spray painted kind of vibes.
Yes. And you know, New York is one of my favorite places in the world. I went to college in San Francisco. It's basically right over there.
We go to LA all the time.
Right.
Like, just
Now,
this really hits the artistic side.
Right.
You
So
know?
let me be clear. I don't really enjoy graffiti where it's not really supposed to be and it's clearly junking some stuff up. But when graffiti's done right, y'all, and when it's in the right spot, it is just so inspiring and it's so a part of the cityscape that I love so much.
Very true.
This really appeals to me. And I've known a few, especially back in the 90s when I was in high school, artists with a spray paint can. I mean, it's amazing.
It is cool to watch, even just like, when you're walking down and you see people do like little, they'll block it off and spray something and you can buy,
those guys that do the speed painting with the spray paint, right?
Yeah.
And the smell, hopefully, is like part of that experience.
Yeah, I wonder.
Woo! First impressions! Okay, this is all you. I defer to you.
I hope
you picked it. Okay, here we go.
If I sent this in a wise direction.
Let's have a grown-up conversation. We have recently opened some Halloween soaps that smell like pumpkin and cookies. And we have recently opened some Halloween soaps that smell like legit rotting dead bodies. I'm sorry, I dropped my stitch. So we have figured out that in this world, you are not completely safe.
It is fair game.
There are just some things that are going to creep up and be like, what? What? So I'm excited because this could either be a wow, that's beautiful, or on the other side, a what? So let's see if we can.
The one thing it said was effervescent melon. I don't think we've had any melon yet.
Paint and melon. Okay, so y'all, let's watch the eyes because the eyes give it away. Okay, let's see your first impression.
Okay. Where have I
watch the pour?
You?
Looks like spray paint. Oh no, it's normal.
They're not wrong.
I have no idea how to interpret that. That could be anything. Okay.
I'm so intrigued what you're gonna say.
Oh man. Okay.
Now I can tell, like, coming from the donut shop. But it's very
I can already tell this is going to be a little weird. I can already tell because she's laughing so hard. She can't wait to see what I'm going to do with this.
I don't want to say anything. Go.
Say it. What?
But you oddly want to like it. Like it is.
Right, that's what I was hoping. This does not say Christmas cookies, okay? No. Like it says spray paint. So I'm hoping it's going to be one of those smells that I'm like, oh, right?
You may just make that exact same.
No, that's what I'm looking for. That's what I've come to the barbershop today for.
Yeah, so, let's just see.
Right.
If you want something new.
No, that's right. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted with Vandal. Yes.
Right?
Yeah, that's what you want with Vandal, y'all. You don't want to open this up and it smells like Ron Burgundy's living room. No, you want to smell spray paint. This pays off. I love this. And it smells good.
It's vibrant.
Yeah.
I don't know if I would have known that was meant to be like a melon kind of deal, but it's so intriguing.
Yep. And we were talking to somebody the other night and they said, you guys aren't really newbies anymore. There are some more interesting type of scents that you're starting to discover and you're starting to really love. One of them we were talking about with Crystal and Angela was about a library book. It was little fictions they suggested because it smells like the inner binding of a library book. Not meant to be like pretty, but meant to be real. So I love that we're sort of venturing out now into these little outliers of scents that are fabulous, but maybe not designed for the newbie.
Right.
You got it right.
But it's oddly intriguing as a newbie to be like, wow, that even exists. Like, the fact that you'd want to take on making spray paint into a shave soap.
No, I love this.
It's so awesome.
And you know what's
insane.
Great? Having been around her dad for all the amount of time that I have, this actually smells like drying paint.
Right.
This is not like an homage to it or like a suggestion of this is a little bit what paint might smell.
And right where it turns, normal paint would turn chemically, this one kind of smooths out.
That's what the melon must do. Right?
Yeah, it must.
How much of the melon can you catch?
It's funny, the beginning of the whiff, you get more of that, okay, this is a potent paint-like smell.
Right.
And then it totally does do a little twist.
Yeah. Amazing. Y'all, this is incredible. Let's revisit these scent notes. Okay, so the little description we read sort of has the scent notes in it. So let's take another little journey. What do you got?
Okay, so I wonder if we get, I'll just read.
Okay.
An expressive nose tingling, for sure, scent of freshly sprayed paint.
On a
brick
wall.
Do you get
That's
the brick?
key. That's key because I know what paint smells like on these walls. Because look at that wall. You think it came like that? I know what that paint smells like.
Right.
This is spray paint.
But
on
you know,
brick.
like a lot of shave soaps have like a clay or talc or something like that. It
or
oddly
the barber
fits.
shops will have some of the brick and the wood.
Right.
It's
it
got
oddly
that.
fits that for sure. Okay. And then enhanced with an edgy, effervescent melon.
You know what? You could almost call this like barbershop that hasn't been used yet.
Brand new.
So, right? Like nobody's been in it yet. We haven't moved the aftershaves in yet. It's just the paint and the chairs.
Yeah.
That's this. Ooh.
Yeah.
This could be like barbershop for the shy. That's what there's nobody in it, just the paint drying, right?
And then effervescent melon accord for a bold and beguiling scent.
Love it. Okay, how much of the melon do you get? I think for me, they only put in just enough to balance out the paint and not enough to be its own note because I don't smell it in here. I think it's what makes, remember you said the paint like goes away nicely?
Right. I want to say it's more cantaloupe-y melony, maybe? I don't know.
I just
I'm not sure. It's one of those.
I get it, just so little of it, right?
It's hard to pick it up.
I get this. Ready?
Yes.
That's how much I get of it, but it's just enough. Because the only part about drying paint that's a little is the end part.
Right.
The end part is the petroleum
where your brain is
plasticky
expecting
part,
that, like the chemically smell.
Right.
It
so
does a twist.
Instead of the plasticky dry part, it gives you just a melon.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Let's see what happens with the lather. I'm really curious if it totally explodes or if we find more of the melon, maybe?
I'm kind of curious if I can paint the wall with it. Let's build a lather. It is your turn.
Oh, this is the perfect bright bowl for
This is her Vanillin bowl from Monica.
But look at the color options. It's a nice fun thing.
Oh, look! It's a
vegan soap,
bird.
right?
Look, it's a little swan.
We have no fun here at
You
the
have to pay a
Barbershop
lot of
Duet.
extra for your soap to come out looking like a little swan. Yes, it does that. But there we go. Put it into our. It's a beautiful smell. I don't know.
It really is.
I associate freshly painted paint with some of the most fun times of my life.
I was just going to say, like, sets for you on the stage.
Oh, right. Yeah, when we paint the sets, when we moved into the theater, when my parents
Like
would paint my
brand
room
new.
in the
Yeah,
summer, and I'd get like a freshly painted room or a new color. The smell of drying paint always means good, new
like new,
things are
refreshing.
coming. Yes. Man, I love this. I remember when eBay was new. And I had a friend of mine that was a little bit older and he didn't really understand what was going on with it. And I said, yo, they sell anything. And he's like, what do you mean? And I was like, name the most obscure thing you can think of. And he said, a glove stretcher. It's a little thing that goes in the fingers of the gloves and
like,
you crank it and it pushes the fingers open a little bit for like leather gloves. And I was like, yo, easy. And I typed in glove stretcher on eBay and like 12 came up. He was like, what? How? So what I love about the shaving world is, yo, no matter what scent your brain can come up with that comforts you.
Somebody's done it.
Someone's got a shave soap of it. Dollars to donuts. And it's insane. And I love this.
Wow. Okay, I need just a little more bougie, but this is fire.
I mean, even in Halloween, do you want more pumpkin spice or do you want more literal dead body?
Just the extreme of the extremes. It's kind of cool.
Whatever you want in this world. If you can smell it, you can shave with it.
Right? But almost like what you said, I forget which other soap that backyard. Like someone that they could just take backyard and make it smell.
Backyard.
Why not make,
I know.
Shoot, it's kind of fun to just be like, I want to do something that smells like this.
I wonder if your dad would be like, this just smells like work.
Right, he's going to be like, nah, this isn't even actually accurate.
But
it's not an enamel paint. It's
the smell of spray paint on brick. Who would have thought it would be so comforting when you think about it? All right,
again,
how are we doing with the lather?
I know we don't talk about lather,
We don't talk about lather, but y'all, look at this lather.
To be
look at this lather. It's just overflowing the brush. Can you see?
Is there more?
Oh. Well, boy, howdy.
It's more sweet and pleasant.
It's more like a regular shaving soap in there. A little of the paint goes away. A little more of the melon comes out, y'all.
There is just that little hit of like, is that paint? I don't know.
Yeah, it's like a melon that somebody painted a seascape on.
Or like, a scented Sharpie, maybe? Like a little bit of a, right?
Because those never smelled good. Yeah, right. We'd sit there at school, man.
Right?
Remember the ones the markers you could get that were different flavors? Not flavors, but smells. But some of us, one kid always
Sketch
put it
something?
in his mouth. Oh, okay, I'm smell that.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me see what's going on with this. I love when there's so much lather that you can't see the honeycomb.
In case you wanted to see the pour, I don't know if we gave you a little glimpse there.
Oh, wow.
Right? It's oddly refreshing. I was not expecting that.
It's just like, this gives me the same feeling. You know how when you clean the house and it's fine, but then every spring you clean.
Deep clean.
The house. And it feels so much better. Or like right before you sell your car, you detail it and you're like, damn, this thing looks good. Why did I keep this?
Yeah.
Right? This smells like a clean room.
It really
Like,
does.
if you just want to like shave in a super, like clean, sterilized, and fresh painted room, you have a place to go.
You know what I was also thinking is we just were watching Trading Spaces. We found them on YouTube, and all the fresh paint and all the like, they were just painting the rooms and the leather, and you could see the spray paint happening.
Right. Remember that Bananas TV show where like friends, well, they weren't friends for long, would trade keys and like design each other's rooms, but not like in a nice way, not like in a, oh, I'm going to put a books over here. No, it's like, I'm going to bring a circus tent into your house. And set
they
it
had
up.
to be within budget, so. Sometimes it got a little sketchy.
But you're right. That is the whole second day of that show, of their painting. I wonder if the EDP, like the splash, if there is one.
Yeah.
I wonder what effect that would have.
Right.
Like, you kind of walk around smelling like a painted wall.
And you sometimes when you get like a pleather jacket or something brand new, you can kind of get that little like.
And this is not a huge walk from that
it's
kind
not,
of thing.
Hardly.
You know what I mean?
It really isn't.
Wow.
Do we attempt to take this a little deeper?
Down we go.
I'm trying to think. Like, if I see this, I just feel like someone who wears really cool stuff.
Right.
Like, they're very creative. They know what they want in life. Yep. They just pause, and instead of smelling the roses, they create art.
And I'll tell you what, talent, you got that name right. Because I am now, like, thinking back over my whole life going, why do I just define beautiful scents as food and cologne?
Right. Why does it have to be...
Wait a minute.
For us, it kind of... I think also when we first started looking at scents, it was cool to see where it would take us.
Right.
Like, this immediately takes you to somewhere imaginative, colorful,
back to my room in Rodeo
bright.
when they would paint it for the summer, and I had, like, a new room to play in.
Right, and you could, like, rearrange everything and make it all fun and exciting again.
I guess that's just the word that keeps coming back. When I smell this, it's just... everything's new again.
Right. It's like a full refresh. I don't know.
I had kind of a hippy-dippy teacher once, but he said, God doesn't fix things, kid. He makes them new again.
Hey.
Whoa. And
Maybe
I kind of like that thought.
Yeah.
Because this just smells new. It smells rebuilt, reborn. It's different.
Right. And sometimes, I don't know if you do see, I don't want to call it vandalism, but when you see spray paint on older buildings that have been just left to be alone, it's kind of cool to see how they take them and take the ruins of the buildings and recreate it into a whole new vision of something.
Right. Or we live very near Richmond, California. And one of the things that happens there is that you'll have some crappy spray paint that goes up, and then the real artists see it, and they're like,
we got to fix this.
Quit messing up our town. And they'll put a mural up that becomes legendary.
Right. Something being tagged versus a mural is very different.
Right. Well, even the mural can like have elements of the Vandal stuff in it. It's just taken that next level to art.
It is.
Like the label
It just, I know. I can't stop showing because I just feel like I'm hogging it.
Oh, this is so cool.
But even the eyes in here and the nose, like I feel like there's like emotion coming out of this somehow. And they got a little crown on.
Right.
There's just lots of things.
Let's just lay this out. Not a thing sweet, y'all. So when we're talking about this smells like paint drying in a room, this really smells like paint drying in a room.
Right. But it
with
has
just a 10%. Yes.
Yeah.
With a 10% little buffer.
Just rounds out the edge
To
a
just
little.
make it something that a person would smell like. But they don't go far from what you're wanting when you buy this, which is spray paint.
And it doesn't get overwhelming. Right when you think you're going to be like, that's too much, it's not. Like, you could really easily shave with that. And I don't feel like you'd be, like, nose hairs fried like you would if you were at a spray paint.
And, the smells that we all kind of know in life that are more on the side, like brakes when you're camping, and you're having to go up the big roads, like those smells.
You're right.
But there are some smells that are industrial, that are whatever, that when you smell, like my dad's shotgun shells when they were done.
It's a different smell.
As beautiful as any shaving soap. I'm telling you, it's a great smell. And I love that these worlds are bringing those kind of smells into things. Because we did an Old West the other day that did have specifically spent gunpowder in it. Y'all.
It's just so creative. Like, really? I would have never thought to do this. I think that's why I felt like I had to get it. Because I wanted to know what that could even smell like.
And it can be a pain in the butt because you got to get the tape out and you got to tape, and then you got to get the plastic drops down and put those down. Then you got to get the pets and the kids out of the room. Then you got to get the rollers. Then you got to get the paint out. Pray to God you don't spill it on yourself or the carpet when there is such a better way for you to get your own. So head over to talentsoapfactory.com to find this and a wide range of other cool stuff.
for my shave with Vandal, and it was definitely fun. I realized I hadn't used the Talent Soap Factory base in a while, so it was fun to rebring that out. And I gotta say, besides the label being super cool, it actually does smell really fun. And I feel like if I'm in a rebellious mood or I want something fun and funky, just to brighten up my day and mix things up, I will totally gravitate toward this. So thank you.
Welcome to Messages. So we woke up the other morning and discovered that we were within 5 subscribers of having 250 on YouTube.
Crazy.
And we could not be happier.
Yes, thank you all so much.
We thought this would be a good time to do a giveaway.
So as we were setting up for the Hotel Cecil episode, Fran and Douglas reached out from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements to send us one. And we said we already had one, and they sent it anyway so that we can make sure to maybe give it to you.
Yeah, they were like, just sponsor the episode, give it away to one of your viewers. And so thanks, Douglas and Fran. We're going to do just that. Head over to the Hotel Cecil episode. It was just a couple of episodes back. Check out the episode while you're there if you want to. And then go into the comments and mention Hotel Cecil in a funny way. Make sure you're subscribed to our channel. And one of you will be chosen at random in our episode on Halloween, and we will send that out to the lucky winner, and we will be grateful for all of you for being here at the barbershop today.
So, do you think this was a good kind of crazy purchase here?
I love this. I love this because just how every good shaving soap is in a good balance, so is our shaving locker, y'all.
That's true.
We have some Sharp Dressed Man. We have some fine cologne homages. We have a couple that are the peach and the beach. And then on the far end, we have the Vandals and the dead bodies and all the crazy Halloween scents. So absolutely, we love that there's a giant balance of all kinds of scents in our locker. And that's kind of what we're on a quest for, is to fill out our dance card so that it is really balanced with a lot of the crazier stuff that's out there.
The expected ones, the unexpected, the seasonals, So this just totally has a spot next to some of those other different. We did our cola one. We did just random fun ones.
And I love it. Just gives us old guys a chance to be fun and funny and whimsical, even if it's just for ourselves in our shaving mirror.
So don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You'll smell better just watching this.